Yo, 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 what up, motherfuckers? So I wanted to make a video about Master P. I'm watching his the No Limit Chronicles on the BET network right now on YouTube. And I said, let me make a video about Master P, showing respect and paying homage to him. So Master P is one of the biggest influences of mine to start my record label and do it independently and sell out the trunk, because back then, during the time frame that I started Psychological Records, I started it around 1999. I had been trying to get record deals. I was putting out vinyl and 12-inch singles and shit with Fat Beats, and it was cool, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the time, you had to go through a gatekeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? Somebody that was like, okay, yeah, I like this single or I don't like that. And also, I was trying to get record deals. This is around the time Eminem got signed, around 98 or whatever. And I kept getting shitted on in the industry. I kept getting told they don't want to sign white boys, or, it just seemed like people weren't fucking with my product or my demos. And I was just getting dissed a lot, you know what I mean? I try to have a lot of meetings with all different types of record labels, whoever the fuck they were. Matador Records, Raucous, all these people, just all different types of companies that I wanted to fuck with me at the time, and they weren't seeing the vision. And I was watching Master P, you know what I'm saying? And the way he had all the ads in all the magazines, the pen and pixel ads, and one thing that was crazy dope about Master P that was different than, let's say, Suge or Puffy or Russell Simmons, when you would read an interview with those dudes, they wouldn't really talk about you selling a CD, you know what I'm saying, making the CD for $1 or $2 and then selling it for 10, you know what I'm saying, and profiting at the trunk and selling shit in the street. They didn't talk that much about it because a lot of those dudes, even though they're all forefathers of doing shit yourself with your own record label, and they even influenced Master P, those dudes didn't really talk that much about the inner workings of doing it yourself. Master P was the first dude that really gave those jewels. So there was a point where my brother had like all the Vibe magazines saved and Source magazines in his crib. And I would go through every fucking magazine and read every interview, from Master P to Suge to Puffy. And Master P always gave all the most jewels. You could walk away from reading an interview of his and it would really get you pumped the fuck up. Like, yo, okay, yeah, I really need to do this shit out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? And I made my first money from basically pressing up my own CDs and selling them. I Need Drugs was my first CD. I pressed that shit up, first on cassette singles that I was giving out in the street as sample CDs to get people to fuck with me. And I was very popular in the neighborhoods of Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? And I had a lot of kids slinging for me. And that's another thing I learned from Master P, to get people to sling for you. The whole concept of giving people CDs like consignment, like drugs. And I'd gotten to a point where I had about 50 kids all over the world. Some kids in the neighborhood in Brooklyn. Then I would send shit to people in Canada or Australia or France or whatever. And I would send a motherfucker 10 to 20 to 30 CDs and tell him that he should sell them for 13 or 14. And then he would have to give me $8 or whatever. And then, they would keep $5 a CD. You know what I mean? So if they sold it for 13, then, they would keep whatever was left over and they would give me $8 back or whatever. I don't remember the full details, but it was something like that made it very intriguing for them, because it was like them pushing weed. You know what I mean? I'm like, listen, I would actually kick it to them like, listen, man, you're pushing nickel bags, right? Well, push my CD, I Need Drugs, like a nickel bag. You're making the same money. A lot of these kids, they'd be like, yo, I got rid of the first 10, the first 20. Everybody's fucking with it. So that whole hustle, that whole concept, I learned that from Master P. You know what I'm saying? And it also showed me that if I'm going to get shitted on and people ain't going to sign me because I'm white, because I'm rapping too brutal, whatever, I could do it myself. And that led to me getting a distribution deal with Landspeed, who ended up dropping records from not only me that same year in 2000, but a bunch of other artists. You know, the same year that I Need Drugs dropped on Landspeed, Landspeed dropped Jedi Mind Tricks Violent by Design, Core Mega The Realness, Freddie Fox Industry Takedown, if I'm correct, is the name of the album. And, you know, so that was a monumental year for independent dudes. You know what I'm saying? For us dropping our own shit, and we were getting paid money because a lot of record labels weren't fucking with dope rappers. You know what I mean? You had to do shit yourself. And that led to me getting a deal with Select the Hits, which, if I'm correct, ended up doing did previously distribution for Master P and a lot of the people in the South. And I ended up making $1 million out my crib. I did $1 million in business out of my apartment with Select the Hits in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Johnny Phillips. If I'm correct, his father was the dude that signed Elvis. So I learned a lot of game, you know what I mean, through Master P and hustling and all that. And one thing I always said is if I eventually ever meet Master P, I'm going to give him a Rolex watch to thank him for the influence he gave me. Sadly enough, I've never met Master P, but maybe one day, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wanted to make a video talking about that hustle and giving love to Master P. Much respect, Master P. Salute.